Hey everyone, Hurricane Liz here, excited to bring you guys another video. And today I'm going to cover the most common question I always get asked. What's the best product to sell on Amazon, right? What is it? Is it squishy toys? Is it skincare? Is it supplements? Is it whatever the heck else is selling out there? And I know a lot of you are going to be really disappointed about my answer, but the reality is there is no best product. Every product is a good product. And the reason that is because you get in the game and you get experience. Now remember, I always tell people that the most important thing to do is actually make that first sale. Because when they make that first sale, it's the most exciting thing in the world. And they actually realize, holy shit, here's something where I actually made money online. Now let's think about it. How many people out there have actually spent a ton of money on make money online programs? I know for one, I have two. And I'll tell you what, the minute that I started selling on Amazon, it was the most liberating feeling ever because of the fact that things were actually selling and I was actually making money. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter which product you sell on Amazon. The most important part of selling on Amazon is the actual process. So what I'm going to cover for you guys is kind of like my 4-step process to getting started on Amazon. And in a later video, I'll cover the most important part of everything. And again, most people think it's picking the product. They think there's this one magic product that's going to make them a ton of money. So this 4-step process is actually pretty quick and easy. First of all, you source the product, right? You have to be able to source it from somebody reputable, somebody that's good. That's why it's really important to do your research and pick the right manufacturer. And so sourcing is basically step 1, which is finding the product. Then there's the product selection, because you'll source many products. Let's say you have a product list and you have 5 potential products. You've narrowed it down to 3 actually. Say you've narrowed it down to 3 products, and now it's time to pick the one. So you've talked to some manufacturers, you've gotten some prices, you're pretty sure they're reputable, and now you're going to make that selection. You've also gotten samples on this one. Samples are always important, multiple samples from the one person. Now you're going to select it, right? And you're going to say, okay, now I'm ready to buy this. You wire the money, you get quality control in place, you make sure you get everything done, and you get the packaging design, you get the design into the actual factory. You selected it, you're going and doing it. So now there's no turning back, obviously, which brings us to step 3. You start to create the listing and you optimize it so that it has a higher chance of being seen by the people out there than any other listing. So you get in the listing together, you put it together, you do your keyword research, you do all that good stuff, and brings us to the most important step, which most people, when they reach this step, guess what they forget to do? They forget to freaking have any money in their budget for advertising, right? They're out of money, they're broke. And I end up getting all sorts of sad stories all the time, like, I just got 3,000 fidget spinners from China and they're not selling. Well, one of the reasons they're not selling is you are not properly launching that product. And obviously there's actually a couple more steps, but these are the most important one. After this, there's maintenance, really, and that's about it. But launching involves an advertising budget. So you always have to put in a couple $1,000s to come up with a plan for advertising budget. So what kind of ways can you actually advertise this is the most important thing. And this is really the skill set and the process that you need to build are not number 1. Number 1 is pretty easy. Anyone can do it. We can even train somebody that's a child to do this. A 6th grader can do this. Now, this is the part that takes more of a skill set, and this is the part that people usually don't tell you about. So part of the whole launch process would be getting your actual product visible, right? Making it visible to people. And the way you can do that is through PPC and AMS. You can even do Google AdWords on this. If you're good at Facebook, you can do Facebook. If you have a connection to bloggers, you can do this. You can also use influencers. There's so many different ways that you can actually do this, but people usually don't plan for this. And that's the most important part of the whole process. There's also a review sequence in place. How are you going to acquire reviews? Because at the end of the day, in today's Amazon, the more reviews you have, obviously, the better. But it's also proven that you don't need thousands of reviews like you used to in the past, even in the most competitive niches, to actually make a difference and start making sales. All you need is a handful of reviews, and no matter what product it is. Right now we have a product, and it just came out about, I want to say, a couple weeks ago, and we've gotten about 50 reviews on it through all this combined. And as a result, that product is selling at least 20 some units a day, which is pretty darn good if you think about it. 20 units, and the profit margin is, after everything, is 30%. So 20 units at 24 bucks, I think. Let's do the math on that. I'm obviously not a wizard or a scientist or a freaking mathematician at that. So 24 bucks times 20 units is $480 in sales, times 30% means $150 a day I'm making without doing a single damn thing. So my whole point to you guys out there watching is, I know you want me to show you over the shoulder the kinds of products that I pick, and I will do that for you just to show you and give you guys a couple freebies. But my number one point is, number one, number two, number three, number four, it doesn't really matter what product you get. It's about the process. And the process obviously starts with the criteria that you're going to get to source, what you end up selecting based on what you found, how you optimize the listing, but most importantly, how in the heck do you launch that product? So think about that. Think about getting good at one of these things, and that's pretty much it. That's the holy grail to Amazon. Get out there, just source something and slap it up there. So thank you guys for joining me. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. I do try to get to those at least a couple times a week. And as always, let me know what else you'd like to see. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.